All right, this is Array Program 3, which looks a lot like how your homework's going to look. The idea here is that we are setting up that scores array again, but this time we're asking the user how many scores they plan on entering, and then giving them the opportunity to allow them to enter those scores. Let's look at this. Let's look at the beginning of this, at least, line by line, to see what's happening. First, we are using a dialog box to ask the user for the number of scores they want to enter, and we're assigning the result of that to a string variable. In the next line, we take that string variable and we convert it into an integer called number. Then we set up an empty array that will contain as many items in it as the value in number. Again, remember, I told you when you're creating these arrays, especially when you're creating empty arrays, you're not required to enter, provide a literal number. You can use a variable as long as that variable results, or even a calculation. As long as whatever it is results in an integer, you can use it to tell the size or to access a specific item in an array. So what we're going to do is we're going to take whatever value is a number and let it determine the size of the array. That could be 1, that could be 5, it could be 10. To be honest, it could be 1,000,000 items in this list. Then we're going to set up a for loop. Now I'm going up until number. I could also do scores.length if I wanted to. And I am going to, for every item in the list or in the array, I'm going to go out and ask the user to give me something to put there. So I'm going to ask the user for a score. And I'm going to tell them which score this is. Score 1, score 2, score 3, score 100. So enter the first score. Enter score number 1. I'm going to take that and I'm going to store it in response, which is a string variable we created earlier. I'm going to take that string variable then, convert it to an integer, and store it in the current location in the list. This has the effect of moving through every item in the list and giving us the ability to assign a value to it by prompting the user for that value. Just like we did it previously by getting an item from a different array and putting it in, we can also ask the user for that information. And that's what we're doing here. Let's take a look at an example. I'm not going to walk through this code as we're doing it. I'm just going to enter it, and then I want us to stop and look at what the array looks like. So we put up a dialog box asking for a number of scores. I'm going to say 4. And I'm just going to enter 4 scores at random. We're now in the for loop. So we'll do 95 or 98, 75, 60, and 100. All right. If we look at the scores array, we did 98, 75, 60, and 100 as our 4 scores that we entered. And so as you can see, we took those strings, converted those strings to integers, and put those integers in each spot in the array. This is actually how your homework assignment is going to start out. So go ahead, take a look at this, and take a look at this exercise. Make sure you understand it. Ask me any questions that you have. And when you're finished, you can use this as a basis for your homework. Now, there are 2 other exercises after this, exercises 4 and 5, which I would like you to do, but don't pertain much to our homework. So I'm going to let you do those. You can stop what you're doing now, take the quiz, and do your homework if you like. But I will warn you that you will need to complete those other 2 items because you will be responsible for their content on any exams that we might have. So do take a look at them. I'm not going to be doing recordings for them. You can, I think you should be able to figure them out for yourself. They're very interesting. The polygons assignment is very interesting. If you have any questions, of course, feel free to email me, bsimbeck@ccac.edu. I hope you've enjoyed the walkthrough of these programs. I think arrays offer us a lot of flexibility and a lot of things we can do with them, and provide us a way of managing these lists of data that we all have and need. And I hope you found this online lecture enjoyable. Thank you.